And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful night for Indiana High School WPIAL baseball playoffs. Indiana is in the quarterfinals after receiving the number 1 seed in Class 4A and a bye. They will play the Ambridge Bridgers. Ambridge got a first-round win against the number 8 seed Knock. Ambridge is the number 9 seed. They won 5-0. Last Wednesday against Knock to advance to tonight's matchup with Indiana. Ambridge comes in with an overall record of 9 wins, 10 losses, and 1 tie. So Indiana, as we know, comes in 19-1. They are the number 1 seed in Quad A. They will be the home team tonight. This is a good matchup. Looking to advance, and we apologize for the delay here today, out of our control. The first game, it was a 5A game here at Gateway between Peters Township and Mars. That went 10 innings before Peters Township was able to pull that out 7-6. So we are a little bit delayed. This game was supposed to start at 7. It's now projected to start at about 7:45 here from Gateway High School. And we want to thank Indiana Total Therapy. Indiana ITT is our pregame sponsor this evening. Indiana Total Therapy, your hometown team, taking care of our hometown Indians baseball team. Indiana Total Therapy is committed to providing our community with skilled, dedicated, and caring team of professionals, giving the best possible rehabilitative care anywhere. I know I can speak for it. I've had 2 hips replaced, and Dennis Schultz and his team got me back in, I don't want to say running because I don't want to run anywhere, but back and feeling great. So check out ITT for all your rehabilitative needs. We're going to step out right now. We'll come back. We'll have starting lineups. We'll have a look at the stats for both these teams. You're watching Indiana baseball on Renda Digital TV, and you are listening to Indiana baseball on WDAD AM 1450, and we'll be back after this.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Little Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
Looking for a delightful dining experience that's both healthy and enjoyable? Come to Fresh Blends Cafe. Fresh Blends Cafe uses fresh ingredients, ensuring their dishes are packed with essential vitamins, minerals, and natural goodness. Gluten-free, dairy-free, and with no added sugar options. The menu includes acai bowls and smoothies in a variety of flavors. Embrace the live fresh taste. Come to Fresh Blends Cafe, 25 North 8th Street, Indiana.
Get ready for a summer of fun with White Township Recreation. From exciting youth programs to engaging adult activities, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Visit whitetownshiprec.org to sign up and get all the details. Stay active, have fun, and make this summer unforgettable with White Township Recreation. From recreation programs to booking pavilion rentals and more, visit whitetownshiprec.org. That's whitetownshiprec.org.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
And we're back here at Gateway High School in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, as they finish the national anthem. Both teams have taken their warm-ups. And now let's take a look at our starting lineups. You're listening to the ITT pregame show here on Renda Digital TV and listening on 1450 AM and 100.3 FM. So for Ambridge, they'll be led off by their shortstop, Adam Fernandez. Then batting second will be their pitcher, Joe Lasaico. Batting third will be their second baseman, Liam Baker. Batting fourth will be their catcher, Evan Francis. Batting fifth will be the center fielder, Carter Mason. Batting sixth will be the first baseman, Jonathan Janicki. Batting seventh will be the third baseman, A.J. Gerasi. Batting eighth will be their right fielder, Aiden Iofido. And batting ninth will be the left fielder, Eli Hartman. And now for Indiana. Indiana's going to be led off by left fielder Tim Birch. Batting second will be center fielder Carter Putt. Batting third will be the catcher Ethan Shank. Batting fourth will be the first baseman Mark Collinger. Batting fifth will be the designated hitter Sully Van Hoos. Batting sixth will be the second baseman Caden Force. Batting seventh will be third baseman Charlie Manzi. Batting eighth will be the right fielder, Rocco Cosentino. And batting ninth will be the shortstop, Chase Force. Let's take a look at some of the statistics going into this game. Really quickly, Lasaico is their number one pitcher, but he's also their number one hitter. He's played 18 games. He's batting .365. He has 19 hits on the season. On the mound, he has been their workhorse. He's a 2.44 ERA and has thrown 43 innings. He struck out 47 and walked 20. As you know, Indiana is led by their pitching staff. Greg Minnick will be on the hill for the Indians tonight. And the Texas Tech commit has been dominant all year. He's looking to continue that here tonight. Let's take a break here, and we will be back after this. You're watching Indiana Baseball on Renda Digital TV and listening on 1450 AM and 100.3 FM.
Spring has arrived, and now is the time. Now is the time to talk to Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning. The team at Anderson's can show you the many different options you have to air condition your home, from attic units to mini split systems to retrofitting your existing furnace. Great brands such as Mainline and Train available, and free estimates. Don't wait. Get your home fitted with the best in heating and AC from the team at Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-465-8923. PA license 677. Penn Mechanical Group would like to wish the Indiana baseball and softball teams the best of luck. Penn Mechanical Group, a full-service contractor for the energy, civil construction, and utility industries, are looking for talented, hard-working individuals for their team. PMG has current positions that need to be filled for. Heavy equipment mechanic, equipment operator, service rig, wireline operator, CDL, Class A and B, rig moving operations. They want to talk to you. Home base is right here in Indiana. Apply online at PennMechanicalGroup.com. Go Indians!
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
And we're back here at Gateway High School as Indiana is on the field getting their final warm-ups in. Greg Minnick is on the hill. As we said, he's a Texas Tech product. Let's take a look at his stats on the season. He has been absolutely dominant, as has this entire Indiana pitching staff. And let's see here. Greg Minnick on the season. He has thrown 20 innings, 20 and 2/3. He is 7-0. He's allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 37 strikeouts, and 6 walks. So his ERA is 1.016. So Indiana's looking for a big night out of Greg Minnick on the hill. As we get ready to start, the umpires are conferring about something. Not sure what that is. But you're watching Indiana baseball and listening to Indiana baseball. Tonight's co-presenting sponsors are Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions. And the first inning is brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first. And let's see what's going on here. They're bringing Coach Dan Petroff out, having a conversation. Not sure what all this is about. Now the umpire's coming in, and they're having a conversation with a representative from the Gateway School District. And for Ambridge, leading off tonight will be shortstop Adam Fernandez. And that ball is hit left field, on, gets by the left fielder Tim Birch, who made a diving stop, but Carter Putz there to back it up. Fernandez singles. That first pitch was at 7:41. Our game time temperature is 62 degrees and partly sunny. So Fernandez reaches. That'll be a single. That'll bring up Joe Lasaico. Lasaico's their leading hitter, 365, 19 hits on the season. As Minnick gets set from the stretch. And there's a ball. Looked a little bit low. Man on first is Adam Fernandez. And there's a strike on a fastball right at the waist. Count is 1-1 on Joe Lasaico, Ambridge's number 2 man and starting pitcher. Runner goes. Shank throws to second. Got him. Oh, ball got away from the shortstop. Looked like it was going to be dead to rights if the shortstop fields that ball. But unfortunately, Fernandez gets to second. That'll be a stolen base, and Lasaico's at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to even the count. As we've said, Ambridge comes in. They have a record of 9 wins, 10 losses. They are the number 9 seed. The winner of this game will go on to face Bell Vernon tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here at Gateway High School. That ball is hit foul down the right side and out of play. So 2-2 count. Runner on second is Adam Fernandez. Minnick winds and kicks. Strike 3 swinging. Indiana gets the first out. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Liam Baker. Baker checks in on the season. Played in 18 games. He's batting .288. He checks in with 15 hits on the season. He's a left-hander. Ball 1. Runner on second is Adam Fernandez. Minnick takes a look from the stretch. Kicks and delivers. Ball downstairs, 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Minnick from the stretch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count is even now at 2-2 on Liam Baker, the second baseman. This is a unique setup here for us at Gateway High School. We're all the way down on the right field line. Very hard to get a good camera angle, so we do apologize for that. Foul off. And then with the sun setting right behind home plate, makes it even tougher. As I have to shield my eyes just to see the pitch. And we'll do the 2-2 count again. Full count, ball low. We want to thank Crimson Wealth Management, our in-game stats sponsor tonight. See Doug Steve at Crimson Wealth Management for all of your financial needs. Minnick delivers a payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. He went off speed and fooled Baker. Got him looking. That'll be the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Evan Francis. Francis steps in this year. He's played 19 games. He's batting .269. He has 14 hits and 11 RBI on the season. He bats from the right side. 2 outs now as Minnick looks to work out of that leadoff single. Swing and a miss. This is an all-artificial turf facility. The mound is even artificial turf. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Minnick is quickly ahead of Francis. No balls and 2 strikes. Got it, runner to third, and he's out at third. Gunned down by Shank. The tag applied by Charlie Manzi, and Indiana's out of the inning with no runs allowed. Ambridge had 1 hit and nobody left. We've played 1/2 inning of Indiana Championship Baseball, presented by Indiana Total Therapy and Sobek Fitness. We'll be back after this.
Thing as good as baseball on a sunny day is a perfect slice of pizza. This is John Wayner, former player and broadcaster for the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you're in Indiana, PA, that perfect slice is at Bob's Pizza. Bring a box of Bob's Pizza or a bag of those famous Wapaho subs home tonight and you'll have some fans. I hit the last home run in Three River Stadium, but when I come to Indiana, I'm hitting Bob's Pizza, North 4th Street in Indiana. Cool people love the Buccos and eating Indiana County's only square pizza, Bob's Pizza.
We all know life can get tough. Maybe it's a legal battle you never saw coming, a criminal charge, a family dispute, or planning for the future. In those moments, you need someone who truly cares. I'm Patrick Doherty. I've spent my career standing beside good people through difficult times. Whether it's criminal defense, real estate, estate planning, or family law, my wife Amy and I are here to fight and guide you forward. When life gets tough, you don't have to face it alone. Call the gold-winning team of the Law Office of Patrick Doherty.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest. And we're back here at Gateway High School. Thank you for joining us tonight on AM 1450 WDAD and 100.3 FM and Renda Digital TV. Indiana Championship Baseball is presented by Sobek Fitness.
and Force Turf Solutions. Tonight's first inning is brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first. Indiana will lead off with Tim Birch, Carter Putt, and Ethan Shank. On the mound for Ambridge is Joe Lasaico. Behind the plate is Evan Francis. Tim Birch steps in. He bats from the left side. And that's strike one to Tim Birch. And there's ball, 1-1 on Birch. Tim Birch comes in this year. He's played in all 18 games, 18 out of the 19. And he has 16 hits. He's batting .314 on the season. 2 balls, 1 strike on the leadoff man, Tim Birch. This is a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Birch fouls it back to even the count at 2-2. Lasaico, as we said, is a left-hander. And we gave you some of his statistics early. And Birch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lasaico gets him swinging. First out for Indiana. That'll bring up center fielder Carter Putt. Putt steps in for the Indians. Putt is batting .304. He has 14 hits on the season and 11 RBI. Lasaico throws from the stretch. Ball high to Putt. Lasaico's got a .244 ERA. And he has thrown 43 innings, allowed 31 hits, struck out 47, and walked 20. And that looks like ball 2. Putt is ahead. 2 balls, no strikes. Indiana's looking to get their offense going here tonight. We're in the bottom of the first, no score. Lasaico from the stretch. Ball 3. Carter Putt has done a tremendous job all year of getting on base. We talk about his on-base percentage is .515. There's a strike. Make it 3-1. He has walked 21 times on the season. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So we're going to go full. Lasaico's worked back after being down 3-0 in this count. And he's going to look for the payoff pitch. And that strike 3 called on the inside corner. Putt thought it was in. He was heading down to first, but the umpire disagreed. So that's his second out of the inning. Lasaico has 2 strikeouts so far. That'll bring catcher Ethan Shank to the plate. Shank's had a very solid offensive season for Indiana. He's batting .333. And that's balls to the shortstop. He bobbles it, and it dribbles into left field. Ethan Shank reaches safely. So we're going to have a courtesy runner now. That'll be Brady Oakes, the courtesy runner. That's Brady Oakes. And that'll bring to the plate Mark Collinger. Collinger leads Indiana in most offensive categories. He's batting .364. He has 20 hits. He has 15 RBI on the season. He scored 15 runs. He's only struck out 4 times. As high school baseball, you can run for your catcher and your pitcher. And he's off. Oakes, and he's gunned out at second base. So Indiana goes quietly on the caught stealing That'll go 2-6. That'll be the third out of the inning and leave Collinger at the plate. Your score after one complete, 0-0. You're watching Indiana Baseball and listening to Indiana Baseball, brought to you by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
The new Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
Penn Mechanical Group would like to wish the Indiana baseball and softball teams the best of luck. Penn Mechanical Group, a full-service contractor for the energy, civil construction, and utility industries, are looking for talented, hard-working individuals for their team. PMG has current positions that need to be filled for. Heavy equipment mechanic, equipment operator, service rig, wireline operator, CDL, Class A and B, rig moving operations. They want to talk to you. Home base is right here in Indiana. Apply online at PennMechanicalGroup.com. Go Indians!
And welcome back to Gateway High School. As we go to the second inning, we'd like to thank our second inning sponsor, First Commonwealth Bank. First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first. Thank you for your sponsorship of Indiana baseball. Both the top of the first and bottom of the first ended the same way, with runners being thrown out by the catcher. So Evan France will step back in. He's the number 4 hitter, and he'll face Greg Minnick. Sorry, that Liam Baker. No, that should be Evan France. Evan France is batting. And there's a swing and a miss. Strike one. Minnick goes from the windup. And the pitch. Strike two called. Quickly, Greg Minnick is ahead of Evan France. Strike three. Swinging. France goes down on strikes for the first out. That's Minnick's third strikeout of the game. Now that'll bring up Carter Mason. Mason's the center fielder today for the Bridgers. And that sun is brutal. We apologize. Strike one called. It's going to be very difficult for guys in right field. Baker's batting .288. He has 15 hits. And ball fielded by Charlie Manzi, thrown on to first base for out number 2. That'll go 5-3. Very efficient so far. Brings up the first baseman, Jonathan Janicki. Janicki steps in. He's batting .288. He has 15 hits, 16 RBI on the season. Minnick. Ball. That ball was low. There's strike one called. Count even at 1-1 on Jonathan Janicki, Ambridge's first baseman. Minnick rocks and fires. Ball fouled out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jonathan Janicki. We want to thank, and fans, as a reminder, don't forget, Bob's Pizza. You can win a chance to win Bob's Pizza. Register online at WDADradio.com. And there's strike 3 called Minnick is doing what Greg Minnick does. That is his 4th strikeout, and that'll end the inning. You're watching Indiana Championship Baseball presented by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions, and also listening on AM 1450 WDAD and 100.3 FM.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just...
Spring has arrived, and now is the time. Now is the time to talk to Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning. The team at Anderson's can show you the many different options you have to air condition your home, from attic units to mini split systems to retrofitting your existing furnace. Great brands such as Mainline and Train available, and free estimates. Don't wait. Get your home fitted with the best in heating and AC from the team at Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-465-8923. PA license 677.
Whether your goals include college education funding, retirement planning, generating income, or reducing taxes, at Crimson Wealth Management Group, we've got you covered. We make it easy for you to make the right decisions by offering you access to a comprehensive array of investment products and wealth management strategies under one roof. One stop for all your financial needs. Crimson Wealth Management Group is committed to helping you pursue your goals, whatever they may be. Stop in and speak with me, Doug Steve, today. You'll be glad you did. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
And welcome back to Gateway High School as we enter the bottom half of the second inning. Score is 0-0. We'd like to thank Sobek Fitness, Indiana's only open floor gym. One step inside and you'll see the difference. The largest selection of plate-loaded equipment to pick from. Sobek Fitness is open 24/7. Join anytime and receive access via your cell phone. Call Sobek Fitness at 724-801-8170. So Mark Collinger steps back in as the inning ended on a caught stealing. Brady Oakes was caught stealing at second. And ball 1 to Mark Collinger. It was a very good throw by the Ambridge catcher, Evan Francis. Joe Lasaico has 2 strikeouts so far. And there's a swing and a miss by Collinger. Lasaico is a left-handed pitcher. Doesn't really overpower you, but throws a lot of strikes. Keeps hitters off balance. There's a hit to Collinger, to the third baseman. One hop on to first base, and Collinger's retired. Good play by the third baseman. A.J. Gerasi throws over to Jonathan Janicki for out number 1. Brings to the plate Sully Van Hoos. Van Hoos steps in. He's the designated hitter today. He's batting .340. He has 16 hits, 13 singles, 18 RBI, and he scored 13 runs. Again, we apologize. Our location doesn't give us great camera angles, and unfortunately the sun is right in our face. Van Hoos asked for time and is granted it. Van Hoos steps back in. Lasaico from the stretch. Swing and a miss by Van Hoos, strike 1. Indiana as a team this year is batting .285. They've really cooled off over the last 2 weeks. They're looking to get that offense going tonight. Ball 1 in the dirt. 1-1 is the count on designated hitter Sully Van Hoos. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. The second inning is presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first. That ball is hit right back to the pitcher. He fields it, throws on to Janicki. Out number 2. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Caden Force. Caden Force steps in. He's batting .319 on the season. He has 15 hits, 12 RBI, and scored 13 runs. Early in the season, Caden was a hitting machine, getting on and playing very solid second base this year. He plans to play baseball next year at Penn State Altoona. That's ball one. A Psycho kicks and delivers. Fouled off. Evens the count at 1-1. We'd like to thank our co-presenting sponsor, Force Turf Solutions, for all your synthetic turf needs. Call Force Turf Solutions. Force steps out, Lesecki steps off. When it's time to change the game, check out ForceTurfSolutions.com. Force Turf Solutions is an innovative and experienced company specializing in synthetic turf. Fouled off by Caden Force. So we want to thank both Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions for their sponsorship and presentation of Indiana Championship Baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on for the Indians. The Psycho goes. Ball high. Evens the count at 2-2. Indiana's really looking to try to get something, flip this lineup. And the pitch. Ball's popped up. Looks like the shortstop, Fernandez, is underneath it. Calls for it and makes the grab. Pop out to the shortstop. Indiana goes quietly, 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. We are tied after 2 complete. Indiana 0, Ambridge 0. You're watching Indiana baseball and listening to Indiana baseball. Watching on Renda Digital TV and listening on AM 1450 and 100.3 FM.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at SobekFitness.com.
Hey, Indiana sports fans! Good & Associates Insurance Agency is proud to support Indiana high sports. The team at Good & Associates live and work in Indiana and have been serving this great community since 1955. At Good & Associates, the priority is doing what is best for the clients, helping families like yours with auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance. The agency will be there every step of the way. Contact your trusted community advisor today, Good & Associates Insurance, to get a quote. 724-465-8887.
And Minnick delivers the first pitch. Strike 1 called. A.J. Gerace, the third baseman, steps in to start the third inning. Third inning is brought to you by Indiana Total Therapy. And they ask for the appeal. The umpire first says no, evens the count at 1-1. Indiana Total Therapy with 3 locations: ITT at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC, ITT West at the S&T Wellness Center on Shelley Drive, and ITT at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the third baseman, A.J. Gerace. Minnick winds and kicks. Strike 3. So now Minnick, that is his 5th strikeout. Aiden Iofido, the right fielder, steps in for the Bridgers. That's fouled off his foot for strike 1. There's another foul ball for strike 2. Iafido steps in. He's batting .154. He has 4 hits. One of those is a triple. Minute quickly ahead, 0-2 on Iafido. Minnick winds and kicks. Ball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greg Minnick has 5 strikeouts so far. The Texas Tech commit is looking like he's in control so far. And the pitch. And that's going to be hit. Carter Putt has a beat on it in center and makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up the number 9 man, Eli Hartman. Hartman steps in. Eli Hartman. He is batting .118. He has 6 hits and 51 at bats. Minnick winds, kicks, and delivers. Pops up, out of play. Collinger gives it a look, but it's out of play. I want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight and listening to Indiana baseball. Minnick with the pitch. Called a ball. 1-1 is the count. There's a strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the left fielder, Eli Hartman. Minnick gets a sign from Shank, kicks and delivers. That ball's fouled out of play. We'll do it again. I'd like to thank Crimson Wealth Management for our in-game statistics. All the batting averages and so forth are presented by Crimson Wealth Management. Minnick with the pitch. Strike 3 swinging. That is his 6th strikeout in 3 innings. We're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Your score, Ambridge 0, Indiana 0. You're watching Indiana Championship Baseball presented by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
The only thing as good as baseball on a sunny day is a perfect slice of pizza. This is John Wayner, former player and broadcaster for the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you're in Indiana, PA, that perfect slice is at Bob's Pizza. Bring a box of Bob's Pizza or a bag of those famous Wapaho subs home tonight, and you'll have some fans. I hit the last home run in Three Rivers Stadium, but when I come to Indiana, I'm hitting Bob's Pizza, North 4th Street in Indiana. Cool people love the Buccos and eating Indiana County's only square pizza, Bob's Pizza.
Get ready for a summer of fun with White Township Recreation. From exciting youth programs to engaging adult activities, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Visit whitetownshiprec.org to sign up and get all the details. Stay active, have fun, and make this summer unforgettable with White Township Recreation. From recreation programs to booking pavilion rentals and more, visit whitetownshiprec.org. That's whitetownshiprec.org.
And we're back here at Gateway High School as Charlie Manzi, Indiana's 3rd baseman, steps in. You're going to have 7, 8, and 9 for Indiana. Manzi, Cosentino, and Chase Force. Strike 1 called on Charlie Manzi. We have ourselves a pitching duel here so far. Both pitchers have only allowed 1 hit. No real scoring threats. Ambridge did have a guy reach 2nd, but he was thrown out at 3rd. Indiana had a guy reach And there's strike 2. Manzi quickly falls behind Lysyko. 0-2. Lysyko's a left-hander. And strike 3 looking for the first out. That's Lysyko's third strikeout. It's going to bring right fielder Rocco Cosentino. Rocco steps in for Indiana. He's batting .295. He has 13 hits, 11 RBI, and scored 11 runs. Cosentino bats from the left side. That's ball 1. And there's ball 2. Rocco Cosentino quickly ahead, 2-0. Need to get something going if you're Indiana's offense. I'd like to thank Matt Budash. His son Steven used to play for the Little Indians, and he had other sons play as well, but he's tuned in tonight. We appreciate him listening. Cosentino, that's a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike on Rocco Cosentino. That ball's hit just beyond Tyler Schenk, the first base coach. Had to duck out of the way, right in front of us. This is an interesting, there's not much foul territory outside of the lines here. Quickly 2-2 now on the number 8 man, Rocco Cosentino. Lysyko with the stretch. Steps off. We have no score. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's 1 out. Ball high. We'll go full. Indiana's looking any way possible to get a base runner here. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So that's 2 strikeouts now in this inning. Chase Force will step in. Chase is a sophomore. He's the younger brother of second baseman Caden Force. He's batting .185. He's got 5 hits on the season. Strike 1 called. Really like to get Chase on and flip this lineup. Ball outside. 1-1 is the count. There's 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Pitcher's duel here tonight from Gateway High School. There's ball's hit. Cut off by the third baseman from his knees. He makes a throw on the pick. Safe. Force beat it out. Good effort by the third baseman over there for Ambridge, and that's A.J. Gerasi. He threw the ball in one hop to Jonathan Janicki. Force just beat it out. See how they score that. They are going to give Chase an infield hit. So now Tim Birch steps in. Tim struck out swinging his first at bat. First pitch swinging, fouled it off. With a left-handed pitcher, we have not seen a move over to first yet, but Lysyko is quick to the plate. Birch fouls another one off. And that's going to go down the third base line. Birch is quickly behind. 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. Runner on first is Chase Force. He had an infield single. Tim Birch is looking to drive one here and run him around. And the pitch. Ball outside. The Ambridge bench wanted that call. Tim Birch looked at it all the way in. Didn't even flinch. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Ball's down low. 2-2 now on the left fielder, Tim Birch. Leadoff man for Indiana. 2 outs. Chase Force gets his lead off first. Lysico delivers. Fouled off. And we'll do the 2-2 again. 2s are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Indiana's looking to try to get something cooking here in the bottom of the 3rd. Ball in the dirt. We'll go full. Indiana's trying to get something going. We'll see if they put Force in motion. I would imagine 3-2, 2 outs. Why wouldn't you? Make sure the pitcher doesn't get you. And the throw over because Ambridge is thinking the same thing we are. As we said, Ambridge comes in there, the number 9 seed in the WPIAL playoffs. They have a 9-10-1 record. Indiana is 19-1, the number 1 seed. Force gets his lead, creeps a little bit, gets off. Birch hits one. Second baseman on to first. In the stretch, Janicki got him. Indiana goes down, leaves a man stranded. After 3 complete, our score remains Indiana 0, Ambridge 0. You're watching Indiana Championship Baseball presented by Force Turf Solution and Sobek Fitness.
We all know life can get tough. Maybe it's a legal battle you never saw coming, a criminal charge, a family dispute, or planning for the future. In those moments, you need someone who truly cares. I'm Patrick Doherty. I've spent my career standing beside good people through difficult times. Whether it's criminal defense, real estate, estate planning, or family law, my wife Amy and I are here to fight and guide you forward. When life gets tough, you don't have to face it alone. Call the gold-winning team at the law office of Patrick Doherty.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
And we're back here at Gateway High School. We are in the top of the 4th inning. And this 4th inning is presented by ITT, Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations at the Human Motion Institute, S&T Wellness Center in Indiana, and Chestnut Ridge, Blairsville. Top of the order steps in Adam Fernandez, the shortstop. He singled the first pitch of the game off Greg Minnick. It's the only hit Indiana's allowed. And there's a foul ball, and it's coming our way. And lands in the bleachers just in front of us for strike 1. Coming up after the game, we will have the Good Player of the Game, brought to you by Good and Associates Insurance. There's another foul ball. Fernandez quickly behind 0-2. And don't forget, fans, you can register to win free pizza courtesy of Bob's Pizza. Register at WDADradio.com. We'll announce the winner after the game. There's a ball hit to Manzi. Manzi on to Collinger for the out. Joe Lysico steps in. He struck out swinging in the first inning. He is Minnick's mound opponent tonight. He's allowed 2 hits on the mound. Greg Minnick's allowed 1. Minnick works from the windup. Lysico swings first pitch, fouls it off. It's a cool and breezy evening here. It's in the high 50s now as the sun finally sets behind the school. Hopefully our video will be a little bit better for us. Minnick quickly ahead. 2 strikes on his mound opponent, Joe Lysico. Minnick with the pitch. Ball's fouled out of play. You can hear the wind in the background. 0-2, 1 out. Greg Minnick rocks and fires. Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Joe Lysico. Foul it off again. Lysico's not going down easy. One ball, 2 strikes on Joe Lysico. As the wind is really picking up. Ball outside, 2-2. Minnick tried to go soft, off speed there. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Minnick wins that battle for the 2nd out. That's his 7th strikeout so far. That'll bring up the second baseman, Liam Baker. Baker struck out looking in the 1st. The winner of tonight's game, as we've said, they will play tomorrow night right back here at Gateway High School. And they will play Bell Vernon. Bell Vernon beat Beaver today. Bell Vernon's the number 5 seed. Beaver was the 4 seed. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 by Baker. And it gets the sign from Ethan Schenk. Ball outside, 1-1. Really nice Indiana crowd came down tonight. Saw a lot of people. Former Commissioner Rod Ruddick, who pitched back in the day. He was a high school principal at Indiana area for many years at the junior high and at Indiana High School. Good to see him here tonight. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Also like to recognize Tony Satil. He's listening in tonight. Former Indiana alumni. He was able to pitch it a little bit in his day. Ball down low, gets behind Schenk. And we'll go full. There are 2 outs here in the 4th inning. You're watching and listening to Indiana Baseball, presented by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions. Minnick with the payoff pitch. Ball 4. That's his first walk of the night. Liam Baker reaches. That's going to bring the catcher, Evan Francis. Francis struck out in the 2nd. Francis struck out in the 2nd. So only the second base runner for Ambridge this evening. As Francis steps in. Francis is the number 4 man in the lineup. Throw over to first, back in time. Collinger receives it. Schenk has already thrown 1 out tonight. Minnick with the pitch. Fastball outside. 1 ball and Evan Francis. And Shank goes out to have a quick conversation with his big right-hander. And it looks like Indiana may get somebody stirring in their bullpen. That's number 9, Ryan Okapal, going down to get stretched out. Or maybe just going to, yeah, he's going to take a look and see. Ball 2. Minute quickly falls behind. 2 balls, no strikes on Evan Francis. No score here in the top of the 4th. 0-0. Swing and a miss. Francis was looking. That was a huge swing by Francis. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Francis was looking. Both of those cuts were huge cuts, trying to catch up to Minnick's fastball. Two pitch. Strike 3, swinging. Minnick stops the threat with his second strikeout of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. Our score after 3.5. Ambridge 0, Indiana 0. You're watching Indiana Baseball, brought to you by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions.
Hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your local Erie agent is William G. Meckling Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 724-465-4261 or visit mecklinginsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Hey, Indiana sports fans! Good & Associates Insurance Agency is proud to support Indiana high sports. The team at Good & Associates live and work in Indiana and have been serving this great community since 1955. At Good & Associates, the priority is doing what is best for the clients, helping families like yours with auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance. The agency will be there every step of the way. Contact your trusted community advisor today, Good & Associates Insurance, to get a quote. 724-465-8887.
And welcome back here to Gateway High School as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning. Scoreless pitching battle. Indiana has 2 hits. Ambridge has 1. Indiana's going to bring 2, 3, and 4 to the plate. You're watching Indiana Baseball, and the 4th inning is brought to you by Indiana Total Therapy with locations at the IRMC Human Motion Institute, at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, and at the S&T Wellness Center on Shelley Drive in Indiana. We'd also like to thank the Martin family for tuning in this evening. Brian Martin and I coached Little League together many years. A lot of these boys played for us, so I know they're watching, and he's also the proud father of Samantha Martin, who was a tremendous softball pitcher for Indiana this year as a freshman, recorded over 100 strikeouts as Indiana advanced to the 2nd round of the WPIAL playoffs before falling to Hampton. So congratulations to Samantha Martin on her tremendous season. And Carter Putt steps in. Putt struck out the first at bat, and there's strike 1 called. That ball's downstairs, 1-1 on Carter Putt, Indiana center fielder. As we said, Putt has walked a bunch of times this year. And the pitch. Stabs at the bunt and doesn't get it down. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Carter Putt. Indiana just needs to get something going here offensively. Ball downstairs, evens the count at 2-2. The interesting thing is, Ambridge had to play last week, but because of that, they have almost enough time so that Lysico could come back and pitch. Again, that's strike 3 on the outside corner. Putt doesn't like the call. That's his second strikeout looking. That's out number 1. Ethan Shank steps in. Shank's the catcher. He grounded out. His first time up. Oh, I'm sorry. He singled his first time up. And there's strike 1. Shank with the ball to the shortstop. Gathers it. Fernandez on to first. Janicki throws out Shank. Indiana downs, 2 outs. Mark Collinger steps in. Mark grounded out to the third baseman in the second inning. Lori Dadson, one of the teachers from IASD, is watching the game, cheering for Ethan Shank. There's strike 1 at the knees of Mark Collinger. Lysico. Collinger shoots one down the first base line, but foul. Falls behind quickly. 2 strikes, no balls, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. A 0-0 score. You're watching Indiana Baseball, presented by Force Turf Solution and Sobek Fitness. I'd like to thank Crimson Wealth Management for presenting the in-game statistics. Collinger asked for time and has granted it. Interesting dimensions here at Gateway. 306 down the right field line, 316 down the left, and the pitch. That ball is chopped right to Janicki. Steps on the bag for the 3rd out of the inning, and Indiana goes 1-2-3. The score remains Ambridge 0, Indiana 0 as we go to the 5th. You're watching and listening to Indiana Baseball, presented by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
And we're back here at Gateway High School, top of the 5th inning. That ball is ripped and dribbles off Caden Force. See how they're going to score that one. Mason hit it hard, and they're going to rule that an error on Caden Force. Jonathan Janicki steps in. Janicki struck out back in the 2nd. And we'd like to thank our sponsor of the 5th inning, Indiana Regional Medical Center. Thank you for your sponsorship of Indiana Baseball. Minnick. Swing and a miss by Janicki, strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Unfortunately, on that play by Caden Force, I was obstructed by one of the light poles. Looked like he went down to the ground to try to catch the ball, and it just misplayed it off his glove. Strike three looking. Out number one. Third baseman A.J. Gerasi steps in. I have 9 strikeouts in the throw over. Mason's back in. 9 strikeouts for Minnick so far. Strike one. A.J. Gerasi, he struck out looking back in the third. Collinger holds Mason on at first. Ball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike on third baseman A.J. Gerasi. One out, man on first. Minnick from the stretch. Ball high. Two balls, 1 strike. That's strike 2 called. Evens the count at 2-2. Minnick takes a look, kicks and delivers. Ball low. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the third baseman, A.J. Gerasi. Minnick gets the sign. Time called. Swing and a miss. That's the 10th strikeout for Greg Minnick. Second out here in the 5th. Aiden Iafido steps in. He's the right fielder and the number 8 man in the lineup. Fouls it back. Strike one. Iafido flew out to Carter Putt in the 3rd inning. And the pitch. Wow. That looked like a pretty good pitch there, but umpire said it was a ball. 1-1 is the count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs, man on first. Here in the top of the 5th, the score is Ambridge 0, Indiana 0. Minnick. Ball kicks out in front of Shank. Count even at 2-2. Ball's fouled back and out of play. We'll do it again. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Man on first is Carter Mason. He reached on error first. Man of the inning. Minnick. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's number 11. Minnick is dealing tonight. Our score remains after 4.5. Ambridge 0, Indiana 0. They strand a man. You're watching Indiana Baseball, brought to you by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions.
Mechanical Group would like to wish the Indiana baseball and softball teams the best of luck. Penn Mechanical Group, a full-service contractor for the energy, civil construction, and utility industries, are looking for talented, hard-working individuals for their team. PMG has current positions that need to be filled for. Heavy equipment mechanic, equipment operator, service rig, wireline operator, CDL, Class A and B, rig moving operations. They want to talk to you. Home base is right here in Indiana. Apply online at PennMechanicalGroup.com. Go Indians!
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
And we're back here at Gateway as Sully Van Hoos looks to step to the plate. Van Hoos grounded out to the pitcher back in the 2nd inning. And again, the 5th inning is brought to you by Indiana Regional Medical Center. Thank you to IRMC for their support of Indiana baseball. Pitcher's duel so far, 3 hits total in the game. Indiana has 2, Ambridge has 1. Strike 1 called on Van Hoos. Joe Lysyko has been dominant tonight. There's a hit by Van Hoos right to the 2nd baseman. And on to first for the out. And that brings to the plate Caden Force. Caden Force popped up to the shortstop in his first at bat. There's a good play there by 2nd baseman Liam Baker. 1 out. Ball 1. Indiana really needs to try to get something going here offensively. They've not put any stress on this Ambridge defense. Ball 2. Forces ahead. 2 balls, no strikes. There's a strike right at the knees. Fouled back. 2-2 now on Caden Force. Coach Dan Petroff calls a timeout and brings his 2nd baseman down to have a conversation. The catcher will go out to the mound and talk to Lysyko. And so we'll set it back up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Caden Force gets the pitch from Lysyko. Swing and hits it right back to the pitcher, who throws on to Janicki for the out, 1-3. Third baseman Charlie Manzi steps in. Manzi struck out looking his first at bat back in the 3rd. Indiana just has not hit anything hard. They don't have a ball out of the infield yet. And that's a shot by Charlie Manzi, but it's going to hang up. Center fielder underneath it. And it's put away. Indiana goes 1-2-3. You're watching Indiana Championship Baseball, brought to you by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions.
Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
And welcome back here at Gateway High School. We have a scoreless battle, 0-0, as we go to the top of the 6th. And this 6th inning is presented by Indiana Regional Medical Center. Thank you for your sponsorship of Indiana baseball. So Greg Minnick toes the rubber to start the 6th inning. He's got 11 strikeouts so far through 5 innings. And Hartman steps in, the number 9 man, swing and a miss. Hartman struck out back in the 3rd. Eli Hartman, he struck out back in the 3rd. Ball downstairs. Evens the count at 1-1. Ball downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball's popped up. Mark Collinger calls for it and makes the play for out number 1. He's going to bring up the shortstop, Adam Fernandez. Fernandez singled back in the 1st and grounded out to the 3rd baseman in the 4th. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch from Minnick. When he can locate that off-speed pitch, he is dangerous. He's kept these Ambridge hitters off balance most of the night. Strike. Fernandez does not like that call. He thought it was inside. Takes a step out. And the home plate umpire. Everybody resets. Minnick with the pitch, 0-2. Strike 3 called looking. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. That is Minnick's 12th strikeout. Pitcher Joe Lasico steps in. Lasico has 2 strikeouts, both swinging in the 1st and in the 4th. Ambridge is trying to will their team. There's a strike called. Indiana pitcher Ryan Okapal is in the bullpen, starting to get loose, doing some stretching and some running. Minnick with the pitch. Strike 2. Quickly ahead, 0-2. Strike 3, swinging. He's up to 13 strikeouts for the game. Ambridge goes down 1-2-3. Our score remains Ambridge 0, Indiana 0. You're watching and listening to Indiana Baseball, presented by Force Turf Solutions and Sobek Fitness.
Spring has arrived, and now is the time. Now is the time to talk to Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning. The team at Anderson's can show you the many different options you have to air condition your home, from attic units to mini split systems to retrofitting your existing furnace. Great brands such as Mainline and Train available, and free estimates. Don't wait. Get your home fitted with the best in heating and AC from the team at Anderson's Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-465-8923. PA license 677.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your local Erie agent is William G. Meckling Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 724-465-4261 or visit mecklinginsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
And welcome back into the broadcast booth here at Gateway High School. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Our score is 0-0. Indiana's coming to bat. And they are going to have number 8, 9, and 1. Let's see if Dan Petroff makes any batting changes here to just try to shake up the lineup. And it looks like Rocco Cosentino will bat. Cosentino, he struck out back in the 3rd swinging.
Right fielder Cosentino leads it off.
That's ball 1 to Rocco Cosentino. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Indiana really has had no answers for this crafty left-hander from Ambridge. He has been very impressive in these playoffs. Didn't allow 1 run against Knock. Ball outside, 2-2. And he's gone 5 innings so far, not allowed a run here against Indiana. Fouled off. We'll do it again, 2-2. Cosentino steps in. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Out number 1. And we're going to have a pinch hitter, Will Olson. Olson will step in and bat for Chase Force. This has happened a good bit. They've platooned these 2 young guys, Olson and Force, both sophomores. Olson's batting 190. He has 4 hits on the season. There's ball 1. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Will Olson. That's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. We have 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Indiana, the number 1 seed coming into this tournament. Ambridge, the number 9 seed. We've seen a dandy of a pitcher's battle here tonight. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lasico. It's going to bring top of the order, Tim Birch. Tim Birch struck out in the 1st and grounded out to the 2nd baseman in the 3rd. Indiana only has 2 hits on the night. Ball up. Ball. 2 balls. No strikes on Tim Birch, Indiana's a left fielder. That wasn't even a competitive pitch. That's probably the first one of the night that we've seen from Lasico, and he steps off, adjusts himself, steps back on the mound, looks to deliver the 2-0 to Tim Birch. That's ball 3. Indiana desperately needs base runners. Try to flip this order and get to the meat of it. 3 balls, no strikes on Tim Birch. Lasico. There's strike 1. Ball 4 goes to the fence. Birch reaches on the walk. Let's see, that's going to bring to the plate. We're going to have a pinch hitter. It looks like Brady Oaks. So there's 1 out. Tim Birch is on first. And now we're going to have a little conversation between the catcher and the pitcher. Indiana's looking to do anything they can to generate some offense. Oaks steps in. He's batting .348. He has 31 plate appearances, 23 at-bats, and 8 hits on the season. He bats from the left side. Birch at first. Strike 1 called. See how aggressive Dan Petrov wants to be with Tim Birch. That's a ball down low, 1-1. There's a count on Brady Oaks. Two balls, 1 strike. That ball just missed. That's strike 2 called. Count is now even at 2-2. There are 2 outs. Tim Birch is on first. Oaks is looking to put something into play here. What a beautiful sunset behind that school. You can see it in the shot, a bright orange. And the pitch to Oaks. Fouled off, he hangs on. Just hanging in there. Keep the bat alive. 2-2 count. Want to thank our producer, Samantha Snedden, who's braving the wind with me tonight up here in the press box. She's much colder than I am. Off speed, just missed. Big time take by Brady Oakes on the breaking ball. We're going to go full. Full count now. 3-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Score remains 0-0. See if they throw over, and they don't. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Indiana gets one on, but isn't able to bring them around. Our score remains after 6 complete. Ambridge 0, Indiana 0. You're watching Indiana Baseball presented by Force Turf Solutions and Sobek Fitness.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
And we're back here at Gateway High School as we enter the top of the 7th. Greg Minnick still on the mound. I believe his pitch count is at about 86 pitches. So, see how efficient he can be to work through this 7th. He's going to face number 3, 4, and 5 in the Ambridge lineup. Liam Baker, Evan Francis, and Carter Mason. Minnick has 13 strikeouts on the night. And Minnick. Strike 1. Liam Baker. That's a ball. 1-1. Baker's the second baseman for Ambridge. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. We're getting to that point where pitch counts are going to start to matter. Ryan Okapal continues to get loose in the pen. Swing and a miss. Strikeout 14 for Greg Minnick. That's out number 1 here in the 7th. That brings up Evan Francis, the catcher. He struck out in the 2nd. He struck out in the 4th. Minnick gets the call and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike number 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Minnick is dealing. Ball upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the catcher, Evan Francis. And Francis steps out. Ball just missed to even the count at 2-2. That's a tough take with 2 strikes. As Ryan Okapal continues to get warmed up here. Ball 3. So we go full on Evan Francis. Greg Minnick takes a little walk behind the mound to set himself. We're in the top of the 7th. 0-0 is our score. Strike 3 looking. Big time pitch by Greg Minnick. That is his 15th strikeout of the evening. Stepping in now, center fielder Carter Mason. He grounded out and reached on an error. Ball 1. Strike 1 evens the count at 1-1. Ball high, 2 balls, 1 strike on the center fielder, Carter Mason. Ball's hit to the shortstop. On to first, and Indiana is out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tied 0-0. Indiana's got a chance to walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. You're watching Indiana Championship Baseball, brought to you by Force Turf Solutions and Sobek Fitness.
Hey, Indiana sports fans! Good & Associates Insurance Agency is proud to support Indiana high sports. The team at Good & Associates live and work in Indiana and have been serving this great community since 1955. At Good & Associates, the priority is doing what is best for the clients, helping families like yours with auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance. The agency will be there every step of the way. Contact your trusted community advisor today, Good & Associates Insurance, to get a quote. 724-465-8887.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
And we're back. Who's going to blink first? We're in the bottom of the 7th. Score is tied 0-0. Indiana's going to have 3, 4, and 5. Ethan Shank, Mark Collinger, and Sully Van Hoos coming to the plate against Joe Lasico. It has been a pitcher's duel tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Indiana has 2 hits, but this young man for Ambridge has given up 2 hits. He has 8 strikeouts on the night, only to be outdone by Greg Minnick, who's allowed 1 hit and 15 strikeouts. Ethan Shank steps in. Shank reached on a single in the 1st, grounded out to the shortstop in the 4th. That ball is down. Ball 1. Checking pitch count. Lasico had 84 pitches coming into this inning. Ball is fouled off the screen. Evens the count at 1-1. Ball 2. Indiana's just looking for base runners at this point. See if they can get to Joe Lasico. That ball's hit into the center field, and it's down for a single. Shank with his second hit of the night. Indiana has the leadoff man on. That's going to bring up Mark Collinger. Shank will have to run for himself, which he hasn't done much this year. Whoa. Because his courtesy runner is entered the game, and we just had a baseball get away from the bullpen and almost took some people out. They may want to look out down there. Collinger steps in, and the bunt gets down. Collinger's, he's going to be safe. And the ball roll foul. That ball must have rolled foul right at the very end. It looked like it was going to stay fair. Good try by Mark Collinger, however. They were not going to get him if that ball doesn't go foul. A ball got away from the Indiana bullpen now. Gateway staff is trying to put some netting up behind the bullpen. Wouldn't want to see anybody get hurt. Collinger steps in and looks to bunt it. He gets this one down. Lasico throws to first. Collinger does his job. Shanks at second with one out. That's a big-time sack, 1-3. Sacrifice. Shank is at second. It's going to bring up Sully Van Hoos. Van Hoos is 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded back to the pitcher and grounded out to the second baseman. And let's see, Coach Dan Petrov's having a conversation with home plate umpire. Let's see what this discussion is. We got one out. Ethan Shank is at second. Sully Van Hoos steps to the plate. Indiana's looking to walk this game off. If they score, they win. It's that simple. Shank led off with a single. Lasico. And that's a ball to Sullivan Van Hoos. Shank gets the lead off second. Shortstop's behind him. And the pitch. There's strike one. 1-1. We have one out. Collinger sacrificed Shank to second base. Van Hoos is looking to be the hero. Ball downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike on Sully Van Hoos. Ball hit to the shortstop. Just gets him. Shank advances to third. So with 2 outs, Caden Force steps to the plate.
Coming to the plate, number 4.
Caden is 0 for 2. He's popped up to the shortstop and grounded out to the pitcher. Coach Petrov calls him down to have a conversation. Ryan Okapal continues to get loose in the Indiana pen. Lasico has 94 pitches so far. Indiana has a runner on third for the first time tonight. That's Ethan Shank. Caden Force steps in. Ball one. It's a fly ball. It's going to be caught, however, by the center fielder. He camps under it, and we're going to go to extra innings. What a tremendous battle by this Ambridge team tonight. Caden Force gave it a ride, just not enough. So, you're watching Indiana Baseball presented by Force Turf Solutions and Sobek Fitness.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Little Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
And we're back for extra baseball. We go to the 8th inning. Our score is 0-0. Indiana has 3 hits. Ambridge has 1. Greg Minnick has 15 strikeouts. And we believe he might have enough just to go one more batter. Ryan Okapal is in the Indiana bullpen. He is ready to go. Ambridge is going to bring up, let's see, they are at the number 6 man in their lineup, 6, 7, 8. Should be the first baseman, Jonathan Janicki. Janicki has 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. We want to thank Crimson Wealth Management for their sponsorship of our in-game statistics this evening. And we want to thank Force Turf Solutions and Sobek Fitness. And also, now's a good time, ladies and gentlemen, to remind you, for your chance to win some free Bob's Pizza, register online at WDADradio.com leading up to Indiana playoff game days. A lucky registration will be drawn on game day. For every run that is scored, Bob's will give the winner some of their famous Bob's Pizza. Unfortunately tonight, we haven't had any runs scored. So Ted Galecta might get off easy tonight at Bob's Pizza. Let's wait and see. Minnick looks in. Strike 1 to Jonathan Janicki, the Ambridge first baseman. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Ambridge has some action in their pen. That ball's fouled, popped out of play. And that's Adam Fernandez warming up in the Ambridge pen. Minnick steps off the rubber. No balls, 2 strikes. On first baseman, Jonathan Janicki. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout 16 for Minnick. It's out number 1. Let's see where we're at. Lasaico had 96 pitches. Minnick can start this batter, I believe. He's at 104 pitches. There's strike one. This is clearly his longest outing of the year. And he has been absolutely dominant. Ball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. A.J. Gerasi, third baseman, steps in. He's got 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking so far. Strike 2 by Minnick. Minnick delivers. Ball outside, 2-2. One out, top of the 8th. Our score is tied 0-0. Minnick. Ball down low. 3-2 now on A.J. Gerasi, the third baseman. Nobody liked that call from the Indiana dugout, that's for sure. Ambridge loved it. So it's a full count. Strike 3 looking, and that's the way Greg Minnick's going to finish his night, on a strike 3 looking. Second out, and here comes Dan Petroff. He's reached his pitch limit. What an effort by Greg Minnick, ladies and gentlemen. 17 strikeouts, 1 hit, no walks, no runs. You just can't ask a kid to do much more than that. Tremendous. He threw 7 2/3 innings here tonight. We're going to step out and take a quick break. You're watching Indiana Baseball, brought to you by Force Turf Solution and Sobek Fitness.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
The only thing as good as baseball on a sunny day is a perfect slice of pizza. This is John Wayner, former player and broadcaster for the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you're in Indiana, PA, that perfect slice is at Bob's Pizza. Bring a box of Bob's Pizza or a bag of those famous Wapaho subs home tonight, and you'll have some fans. I hit the last home run in Three River Stadium, but when I come to Indiana, I'm hitting Bob's Pizza, North 4th Street in Indiana. Cool people love the Buccos and eating Indiana County's only square pizza, Bob's Pizza.
And we're back here at Gateway High School as Ryan Okapal finishes up his warm-up pitches. Okapal has been just as dominant, if not more so. He has 32 innings pitched. He has 6 wins. He's allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned. He's struck out 44, allowed 5 walks, and has an ERA of .219. Yes, .219. So he's going to be called upon to come in here now with a 0-0 game, because this is a survive and advance game. You know, the winner of this game will play tomorrow, as we've said, at 7 o'clock here at Gateway High School against Bell Vernon. And I know Coach Dan Petroff would have loved to be able to save Ryan to make him his starter tomorrow, but if you don't win this one, there is no tomorrow. And this Ambridge team and Joe Lasico has put up a tremendous, tremendous fight against the number 1 seed. Bell Vernon's just sitting back, relaxing, waiting to get to play tomorrow night against the winner of this one. So 2 outs, nobody on. Ryan Okapal is going to face Aiden Iofido. He's the right fielder. And that's a ball. So the question is, how long will Coach Dan Petroff let Ryan go? Will he try to save him for tomorrow and just get out of this? We will see. Ball 2. And we've got action in the pen. Chase Force is getting loose. There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Aiden Iorfordo. He flew out in the 3rd to the center fielder, and he struck out swinging in the 5th. Ball up and in. Runs the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Full count, strike 2. So we go full. We have two outs, 3-2 pitch upcoming. Strike 3 looking. Strike out the side between Minnick and Okapal. We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th. Our score is tied 0-0. You're watching Indiana Championship Baseball brought to you by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions.
Whether your goals include college education funding, retirement planning, generating income, or reducing taxes, at Crimson Wealth Management Group, we've got you covered. We make it easy for you to make the right decisions by offering you access to a comprehensive array of investment products and wealth management strategies under one roof. One stop for all your financial needs. Crimson Wealth Management Group is committed to helping you pursue your goals, whatever they may be. Stop in and speak with me, Doug Steve, today. You'll be glad you did. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Looking for a delightful dining experience that's both healthy and enjoyable? Come to Fresh Blends Cafe. Fresh Blends Cafe uses fresh ingredients, ensuring their dishes are packed with essential vitamins, minerals, and natural goodness. Gluten-free, dairy-free, and with no added sugar options. The menu includes acai bowls and smoothies in a variety of flavors. Embrace the live fresh taste. Come to Fresh Blends Cafe, 25 North 8th Street, Indiana.
And we are back here at Gateway High School, bottom of the 8th inning. Our score is tied 0-0. Indiana's coming to bat as the home team. They're going to try to end this game. We have Charlie Manzi coming to the plate. He flew out to the center fielder in his last at bat off Lasico. Ball 1. Strike called. Manzi rips one. That's going to be a single into left. Charlie Manzi with a single. Lead off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's see. We're going to have a pinch hitter. That looks like Michael Zimmerman is going to pinch hit for Rocco Cosentino. Zimmerman steps in. He's got 15 plate appearances. He's batting 100. He has 1 hit, 2 RBI, and that 1 hit was a triple. That's Indiana's 4th hit of the night. Now let's see if they're going to go small ball here, try to get Manzi into scoring position. and it's a good bunt. Right to the second baseman. They throw. Oh, they get the out at second. Good play by the pitcher to get that ball and get Charlie Manzi at second base. So the sacrifice was unsuccessful. Manzi's out 1-6. Zimmerman reaches on a fielder's choice. So there's one out. And let's see. Chase Force is going to re-enter, I believe, for Will Olson. And we have Rocco Cosentino re-entering to run for Zimmerman.
At bat, number 1, shortstop, Chase Force.
So Chase Force steps in now. He's reached on a single back in the third. And Coach Petrov's going to talk to him. Cosentino re-enters the game. He's now going to run at first base. So we have one out. And Lasico, he'll be getting close to his pitch count limit. Bunt was pulled back. Ball one. Cosentino at first with one out. Lasico, there's a bunt. It's pushed to third base. They're going to get the out at second again. Indiana tried to sack bunt twice, and neither one of them worked. Chase Force will be at first base. There are two outs. Both times. Just bunted just too hard. That'll bring Tim Birch to the plate. Tim reached on a walk his last time. He struck out in the first, grounded out to second and the third. So what started out as a promising inning here has quickly led to two outs on two ineffective sacrifice bunts. Ball one on Tim Birch, Indiana's leadoff hitter. There's a strike. 1-1 now on Birch. Nice if Tim could rattle one down in the right field corner and get Chase running. Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tim Birch. Tim is slated to play baseball next year at Seton Hill University. Now Ambridge's dugout's getting excited. This has been a heck of a pitcher's battle, ladies and gentlemen. And the pitch. Birch spoils it, fouls it back out of play. Indiana's just looking to get any type of offense going. Birch fouls it off again. He's staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tim Birch. There are 2 outs. Chase Force is at first base. Want to thank our studio engineer, Danielle Pizarczyk, for joining us tonight and keeping us on the air on WDAD and 100.3 FM. And Lasicki steps off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tim Birch digs in. Ball high. 2-2 on Tim Birch. Boy, the people here at Gateway are, they're wondering, why are we doing these games? Extra innings in both of them here tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lasico has done everything he can to keep the Bridgers in this game. We go to the 9th inning. Our score is 0-0. You're watching Indiana Baseball, brought to you by Force Turf Solutions and Sobek Fitness. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
It's time to change the game. Force Turf Solutions is changing the way the game is played, designing, installing, and upgrading synthetic turf fields across the country from right here in Indiana, PA, with unmatched expertise. High schools to pro teams, community complexes to major college stadiums, Force Turf delivers top-tier performance. Building new, converting grass, replacing old turf, no matter the project, Force Turf Solutions brings the experience and precision you need. Play smarter, play stronger, play with Force. Online at forceturfsolutions.com.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
So we're back here in the top of the 9th inning. Ryan Okapal gets ready to pitch the 9th. He will face number 9 batter for the Bridgers. Ball 1. It should be Eli Hartman. There's a strike. 1-1 is the count. Okapal relieved Greg Minnick. Minnick threw an absolute gem tonight. And that's a foul ball out over our head, over into the Gateway softball field. 2 strikes. Quickly on Eli Hartman. Hartman is 0 for 2. He popped up to first in the 6th and struck out in the 3rd. There's a ball. 2-2 now. Okapal came in and got the last out of the 8th. That ball stroked to the center fielder. Carter Putty's got a beat on it, and he's there to make the catch. Probably the hardest hit ball all night by Hartman, but Carter Putt was there. That goes to the top of the order now. Adam Fernandez, he is the shortstop.
At bat, number 1, shortstop, Adam Fernandez.
So there's 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Okapal deals. Strike 1 called. Thing I like about Ryan is he doesn't waste a lot of time. He works quickly. Fouled back, quickly ahead. 2 strikes. Indiana pitchers have struck out 18 tonight. Greg Minnick had 17 of those. Heads up. There's a rocket shot right off the golf cart, right in front of us. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Okapal toes the rubber, gets the sign from Shank, and delivers. Ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the leadoff man, Adam Fernandez. And there's a foul ball just down the right field line. Fernandez just stuck his bat out and tried to flick one into right field. Oh, there's Joe Walkovich, the longtime director of Indiana Little League. He's here tonight. Good to see Joe. Okapal steps off, resets. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball high. 2-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's Okapal's second strikeout for out number 2 here in the top of the 9th inning. That's going to bring Joe Lasico to the plate. Joe is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, all against Greg Minnick. Quickly 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Okapal sets and delivers. Ball down low. Just a tremendous pitcher's duel here tonight. Can't say enough good things about Lasico and the Indiana pitchers, Minnick and Okapal. That's fouled back off the screen to even the count at 1-1. Switch out the baseballs. Ryan looks to go to the back of the mound. Goes up to toe the rubber. It's all artificial turf field here at Gateway High School. Okapal winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Joe Lasico. Okapal gets the sign. He rocks and fires. Ball high. 2-2. Okapal's committed to pitch for Mercyhurst University next year. He and Mark Collinger both are going to go to Mercyhurst and play baseball. Okapal with the pitch. Fouled back and off the netting. We'll do it again. 2s are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 9th. Strike. Oh my goodness gracious. That ball was right down the pipe. Full count. Ethan Shank can't believe it. I don't think many people can believe it. Wow. Full count. 3-2 pitch. Okapal deals. Fouled back. Caught the umpire. We'll do it again. Full count, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Number 2 batter. Fouled. Shank plays it in foul territory. We'll do it again. Looks like Ryan Okapal came out of his shoe. So they'll have to get him readjusted. And we'll do it again. 3-2, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Okapal winds and delivers. Swing right to the shortstop. Chase Force makes the catch. And we're on to the bottom of the 9th. Lasico tried, put a charge into it, but Chase Force was right there to end the inning. You're watching Indiana Championship Baseball, brought to you by Force Turf Solutions and Sobek Fitness.
Mechanical Group would like to wish the Indiana baseball and softball teams the best of luck. Penn Mechanical Group, a full-service contractor for the energy, civil construction, and utility industries, are looking for talented, hard-working individuals for their team. PMG has current positions that need to be filled for. Heavy equipment mechanic, equipment operator, service rig, Wireline operator, CDL, Class A and B, rig moving operations, they want to talk to you. Home base is right here in Indiana. Apply online at PennMechanicalGroup.com. Go Indians!
Get ready for a summer of fun with White Township Recreation. From exciting youth programs to engaging adult activities, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Visit whitetownshiprec.org to sign up and get all the details. Stay active, have fun, and make this summer unforgettable with White Township Recreation. From recreation programs to booking pavilion rentals and more, visit whitetownshiprec.org. That's whitetownshiprec.org.
And we're back here at Gateway High School. What a battle we have on our hands tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Our score is 0-0. You want to talk about pitchers' duels. We've had one tonight. Greg Minnick for Indiana threw 8 2/3 innings. No runs, 1 hit, 17 strikeouts. Joe Lasico for Ambridge, he has thrown 8 complete innings and finally gives way now. And they're going to bring in Adam Fernandez, who was at shortstop. He's now going to be the pitcher for the Bridgers. And Indiana's going to look to score some runs here now. We've got number 2, 3, and 4 coming up. That'll be Carter Putt, Ethan Shank, and Mark Collinger. Here in the 9th inning, off of Adam Fernandez. So let's see what Indiana can do if they can get. Oh, now we're going to have the catchers going somewhere, doing something. But now he's going to be back, and we're going to get set to go. Problem I have tonight is my score sheet only goes up to 9 innings. So we're going to have to dig out a new one. That's ball 1 to Carter Putt. Let's see if we can get some numbers on Fernandez. On a windy night, it's hard to keep your ducks in a row. There's strike 1 to even the count at 1-1. So let's take a look here on Adam Fernandez. His ERA is 6.11. He has 11 appearances. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Carter Putt. That's a ball downstairs, 3-1. Indiana's trying to get their leadoff man on, and they do. Putt reaches. Let's see. They tried to go small in the 8th inning and weren't able to get the sacrifices down. Let's see. Ethan Shank comes up. Shank is, that's strike 1. Shank has 2 hits on the evening. He singled back in the 7th and got all the way to 3rd before Indiana's rally was extinguished. Uh-oh. Putt just stole second base. They tried to do a back pick, and Putt said, okay, fine, I'll just go to second. Now, Ethan Shank. 2 strikes. Putt is at second base. No outs. Ethan wants to do anything he can to get Carter Putt over to third base. Ball low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ethan Shank. Carter Putt at second base. They're jockeying with him. Shank hits one. And that's a foul ball. Putt remains at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ethan Shank. We're going to have the Gooden Associates Player of the Game coming up at the end of tonight's ball game. And stay tuned for the Law Office of Patrick Doherty postgame show if we ever get there. Shank fouls one off the screen. Staying alive. He's battling in there. What I like about Ethan Shank is this guy has basically caught every inning of every game this year. And he's a baseball junkie. He's got a tremendous baseball IQ. Does everything this Indiana squad asks and does a great job handling this pitching staff. Putt stands at second, no outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ethan Shank. And the pitch. Shank fouls it off down the right field line and into the area right behind the softball field. He's staying alive. Fernandez has come in to replace Joe Lasico here in the bottom of the 9th. Ball high, gets away. Putt's going to be at third. Indiana's got the winning run, 90 feet away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ethan Shank. All he has to do is put the ball in the air. And the Indiana fans are going wild down there. What a tremendous baseball game so far, ladies and gentlemen. 3-2 pitch to Ethan Shank coming up. Ball 4. Oh, yes. No. I thought it was a 3-2 count. Now it's 3-2. Shank hits one to the first baseman. And they get the out at first. Tremendous battle by Ethan Shank, but good play by Janico, the first baseman for Ambridge, to get out number 1. Mark Collinger steps in. Ambridge was playing their infield in, obviously, with the runner on third. And Shank tried to get a ball into the air and just wasn't able to do it. Brings up Indiana's best offensive hitter all year, Mark Collinger. Needs to get a ball through this infield or get it in the air to the outfield, and Carter Putt should score from third easily. Ball 1. Adam Fernandez is on the mound now for the Bridgers. He replaced Joe Lasico, who pitched an absolute gem for the Bridgers. Oh, they threw over to third. You don't see that too often. Big swing by Collinger. Comes up empty. 1-1. Indiana has the winning runner at third. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Fouled back, 1-2. Put the ball in play for Mark Collinger. Anywhere in play. Fouled it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Indiana's first baseman. As I said, he's committed to play baseball next year at Mercyhurst University in Erie. And the pitch from Fernandez. That ball's hit to the shortstop. They go home. Collinger's safe at first. Shortstop made a tremendous play to knock that down. Unfortunately, he went home with it, and Putt stayed at third. That's a fielder's choice for Mark Collinger. That's going to bring up Sully Van Hoos with runners on first and third. Let's see what Dan Petroff does if he puts Collinger in motion. They're not holding him. They're not holding him, and the infield is in. So let's see. Indiana wants to get Collinger to second base to get out of the double play. Van Hoos on the day, he's 0 for 3. Grounded out to the pitcher, the second baseman, and to the shortstop. Ball 1. I would expect them to put Collinger in motion with this infield in. They're not holding him. Get him going. There he goes. Van Hoos runs it into center! Into right field. The putt's going to win. Putt's going to score. Sullivan Van Hoos with the game winner. Indiana wins and advances on the single by Sully Van Hoos. What a baseball game we saw here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. The pitching by these two teams. Indiana wins it 1-0 against the number 9 seed Ambridge. Tremendous gutty effort by Ambridge, but finally Indiana was able to cash through in the bottom of the 9th inning. Sully Van Hoos with the single to right, and Indiana advances to play Bell Vernon tomorrow right back here at 7 o'clock. Wow, what a game. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the Law Office of Patrick Doherty postgame show. You're watching Indiana baseball, provided by Sobek Fitness and Force Turf Solutions.
Hey, Indiana sports fans! Good and Associates Insurance Agency is proud to support Indiana high sports. The team at Good and Associates live and work in Indiana and have been serving this great community since 1955. At Good and Associates, the priority is doing what is best for the clients, helping families like yours with auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance. The agency will be there every step of the way. Contact your trusted community advisor today, Good and Associates Insurance, to get a quote. 724-465-8887.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
And we're back at Gateway. What a tremendous baseball game we saw here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Indiana goes away victorious 1-0 on the line drive single by Sullivan Van Hoos with runners on second and third to, tremendous baseball game. Both of these teams left it out on the line. Joe Lasico for Ambridge did a great job. But the story of the night was Greg Minnick, ladies and gentlemen. That young man threw 8 2/3 innings and had 17 strikeouts. No walks, 1 hit, no runs. I don't care what level of baseball you're watching, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is a dominant performance, and we're hoping to have Greg Minnick join us with Coach Dan Petroff on the Law Office of Patrick Doherty postgame show. They are meeting right now, and we're trying to get them up here, so just hang on. We're not going to go too far away. But let's look at some of this game. I mean, just unbelievable. Ryan Okapol ends up getting the win on the mound. He pitched 1 1/3 innings, scoreless, and he came in out of the bullpen and just did a great job. He had 2 strikeouts, allowed no hits, he allowed no base runners. Tremendous effort by this Indiana pitching staff. We'll have to see how many pitches he threw tonight to see if we can get him back tomorrow against Bell Vernon. So just really, really, really dominant pitching performance by Indiana. As we look at, we talked about Joe Lasico real quick. 8 innings, he allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. He threw 109 pitches, 68 of those were strikeouts. Now let's look at Indiana. Greg Minnick threw 110 pitches, 76 of those were strikeouts. Ryan Okapal threw 27 pitches, 17 of those were strikeouts. Just a tremendous, tremendous performance. Greg Minnick walked 1, 17 strikeouts, allowed 1 hit in 7 2/3 innings. So we're waiting to see if we can get Greg Minnick and Dan Petroff up here. And just really, really great effort. And let's see if we can get them up here. Looks like we might get 2 guys up here. I don't know. We'll do whatever we can do. They're coming up now. Looks like we've got possibly Greg Minnick and Ryan Okapal. So we'll just have to wait and see what we get. But you're listening to the Law Office of Patrick Doherty postgame show. Indiana wins it 1-0 here tonight against Ambridge. And here we go. Let's get Greg Minnick in here. Put that on for me, sir. Let's do a sound check. Sam, can you hear him?
Hello, hello.
Got him?
Hello. Good.
Try it again.
Testing.
I got him. All right, hopefully they can hear you back at the studio, Greg. What a tremendous job. Here, let's turn around this way so we got you on camera. All right, I'm joined by Greg Minnick and Ryan Okapal. Greg, I mean, you know, we saw Paul Skeen's work yesterday. I don't know if you saw.
Just keep it going, stay smooth, and do it for the boys. I knew they'd come through.
17 strikeouts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was working well tonight.
You know, that's the longest you've thrown all season.
Longest I've probably thrown ever, to be honest.
Yeah, and, you know, your teammates needed you, and you knew they'd come through.
Yep.
What was working for you tonight? You just seemed to have really good command.
Yeah, thank you. The fastball and slider were my 2 best. I threw a couple change-ups, a couple curveballs, but the 4-seam and 2-seam and slider were definitely my best tonight.
Good. You know, what's going through your mind as you you didn't have to worry about no hitter because the first guy in the game, that's the only hit you gave up was the first pitch.
Yeah.
So the rest of the way you were just dialed in.
Yeah, just doing it for the team.
You know, you get to that point in the game too where now we start looking at pitch count.
Yeah.
You know, and wondering, okay, how many more pitches can I go?
Yeah.
What do I have to do? And I know going into that last inning, you got through those that first batter pretty efficiently, so they were able to give you one more batter.
Yeah, I told Dan between innings, I was like, if it gets to the 8th, I'll get the first kid in 3, I'll get the second kid, and then Ryan will come in and shut the door.
Well, and Ryan did that.
Yep.
So, just a tremendous effort. Greg, you are the Gooden Associates player of the game tonight.
Thank you.
Just tremendous, tremendous effort as Indiana advances. And, anybody you want to thank, now's your chance.
Thank my family, thank God, thank all the teammates, coaches, everyone that's there supporting. My cousin Ethan, who came tonight to support.
Great. So, the key is now you got to sleep fast, your team, because you got to be right back here tomorrow against the tough Bell Vernon team.
Yeah, they're tough, but we'll be ready. Bats will be hot tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
Yep.
Greg, I appreciate your time, man. Thanks for coming up. Let's get Ryan in here real quick.
Testing.
Yeah, we got you. So, Ryan, you come in, talk about a pressure-packed situation. It's nothing. You got to come in and shut them down. There's no margin for error at that point. So, you started warming up in about the 5th or 6th inning, just getting loose, getting through your routine. Walk us through what your mindset was when Coach called on you.
I mean, I was ready for it. I did all that last year, too. I was used to coming into these playoff games, tight situations, Pressure makes diamonds, that's what they say, so you just got to live by that.
So, you were dominant as well. I mean, you just had a smaller sample size. Yeah. You come in, you get the strikeout to end the 8th. You get one strikeout in the 9th, fly ball and a pop-up. That play by Chase Force on that line drive, tremendous job.
Yeah, he was there. I mean, I trust these fielders with everything, so I'm ready to give up some soft contact every once in a while.
Pitch count rules. You able to go tomorrow?
Dan,
We don't know. I'll ask Coach. Don't worry about it.
You don't know.
So, just great effort tonight. Way to be ready to go. Way to shut things down. And, survive in advance. That's the story of this time of the year, right?
Yep. Great one. We'll be back here tomorrow. Hoping to do the same thing.
All right, man. Good job tonight.
Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Ryan Okapal. Let's get Coach Dan Petroff in here. We'll break this down. Wow.
What's up, Pat?
Hi, Dan. We talk. You and I talk a lot. Obviously, that left-hander, as the game's going on, I'm thinking, man, this kid reminds me a little bit of the Connellsville kid that was able to keep us under control, but we just couldn't get that timely hit going.
No, I'll tip my hat to that Ambridge kid. He's a bulldog out there. He pitches with emotion, but he backs it up. He was hitting the spots. We had a hard time squaring anything up on him tonight, and I tip my hat to, Ambridge. They're a good team. They're scrappy. I knew we wouldn't need many to win, but I didn't think it'd be 1 in 9 innings.
So let's walk us through. You had some chances there in the 8th, and you went small ball and just 2 sacrifice bunts that just didn't work. Too hard or something, I don't know, but they were able to get the lead runner, unfortunately.
Yeah, on turf, and the lefty was spinning it. I'm not making any excuses for anybody because we got to get the bunt down, but they were just too much back to the pitcher, and they made a play at second, and we were just trying to play for 1 run.
Yeah,
that's all we needed.
Yeah, and so your kids never quit. They fought all the way through. Your pitching that's what we've talked about all year, how dominant your pitching's been, and tonight was no different. So now you got Bell Vernon tomorrow, and it's a quick turnaround. You're right back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. What your mindset going into that game?
First off, Greg, it was lights out. I don't know if he could humanly pitch a better baseball game. I don't think he walked a guy, didn't hit a guy.
Right.
They got the first batter of the game on, and that was it. You can't get any better than that. And Ryan did his thing. But we've talked all year about the strength of our staff, and it'll be tested tomorrow, which we'll be ready. We go 1 game at a time. I know tonight they were excited because I think how it finished. But as soon as this game ended, we snapped the finger, and we're in tomorrow mode.
Yeah. So you come back here, you've been here before. You've done this. This is Indiana's, I think, 3rd year now where you've won in this quarterfinal round to get to the semis. So, is there anything you're going to do different tomorrow as far as routine? The nice thing is they're both 7 o'clock games, and you're here, so you know the routine. The kids know the routine.
Yeah, we'll do the same thing as we did today. We stopped and hit, or we left at 3 o'clock and stopped and hit in Greensburg at a high school field. Then made our way down here. I feel like it relaxes us a little more. We try to keep the dugout loose, have some fun. Don't get too – this game, middle of the game, they were really tight, in the dugout, on the field. I think they were afraid to make a mistake and just play loose. It's just a game.
Yeah, and, sometimes the pressure of being that number 1 seed, that can get to you as that game rolled on a little bit. You start having some self-doubt and some questions.
Yeah, I hate the number 1 seed. If any committee members are listening, if we ever get a chance for a seed, don't ever give us the 1. You get everybody's best effort,
Sure.
And which is fine, but, Ambridge gave us their best, tonight. And, again, I tip my hat to them. But our guys preserved and played solid defense. And you only need 1 to win when you only give up 0.
Yeah, that's it. And so good. It's real good to be on the winning end of that 1-0 score for sure.
Yeah, that would have been a long bus ride home.
Yeah, and your kids are resilient. They played hard tonight. Just, you got the runs when you needed to at the end there. Big hit by Sully Van Hoos to come through, and getting that lead off. Carter getting on, and then able to get to 3rd. That was just tremendous.
Yeah, heads up play by Carter on on the bunt attempt that didn't get down. He just took off for 2nd when they threw it to 1st.
Right.
Then getting to 3rd. And Mark squared up the ball. They caught it, and Sully came through big time. He hit that ball hard, and I was just hoping, because we had Mark stealing on that, and I was just glad it was up enough.
Right.
They would have doubled us off there if he would have caught that.
Yeah. So, all right, Coach. Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, Pat. We want to thank you and Renda Broadcasting for sure. You guys do a great job.
Well, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Pat. See you tomorrow.
Coach Dan Petroff. We'll be back to wrap things up after this.
Indiana's premier fitness facility, Sobek Fitness, is excited to be a sponsor of Lil Indians Athletics and this exciting matchup. Sobek Fitness is Indiana's only open-floor gym. One step inside and you will realize this is no ordinary gym. Sobek has the largest selection of equipment to choose from, including plate-loaded machines and plate select machines. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to a gym, Sobek has the equipment for your needs. Call Sobek Fitness to join, 724-801-8170, or check them out online at sobekfitness.com.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted best physical therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
And we're back here with the Law Office of Patrick Doherty postgame show. You just heard from Indiana coach Dan Petroff and the Indiana players, Ryan Okapal and Greg Minnick. Minnick was just absolutely phenomenal tonight. Tremendous effort as Indiana beats Ambridge 1-0 in 9 innings. Indiana will advance to play Bell Vernon tomorrow in the WPIAL semifinal game here at Gateway High School. If you have nothing to do, ladies and gentlemen, come down to cheer on this Indiana team as they try to get back to the WPIAL finals. Just, can't say enough about it. Indiana got just enough hits. As they are now able to advance, they will play Bell Vernon, as we've said. But that 9th inning, bottom of the 9th, Carter Putt walked. He reached first. Ethan Schenk tried to bunt him over. Doesn't get the bunt down. They threw a back pick. Carter takes off for second and is safe at second. He then gets down to third on a pass ball. Ethan Schenk hits a grounder. He can't advance. Collinger hits a ball to the shortstop. Shortstop comes home with it. Collinger's safe at first. Now they have the infield in. Collinger takes off running on the 3-2 pitch, and Van Hoos ripped it into right field. Game winner, Indiana goes home victorious. So, for Samantha Snedden and Danielle Pisarczyk, I'm Pat Doherty. Join us tomorrow as Indiana looks to advance in the WPIAL playoffs. Indiana wins 1-0. Have a pleasant good evening.